example, it's not a thing where I'm making videos and YouTube is going, all right, fine Arsenal fans. It's the other way around. It's you lot. It's like you lot going on the TV channel. You go on Sky Sports because you want to see football stuff. So appreciative to you lot. Make sure you're getting your opinions in, all of those sort of things. Obviously, we're here because you've seen the reports in it. As I always say, the hustle is free. I mean, the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately, people. I told you, lot, this Raphinha thing wasn't going to bang. Obviously, it's not over to the fat lady sings, although it does look like Chelsea are moving ever closer to confirming that signing. We get the stream to 200 likes. We look at the official articles and whatnot, people. So, yeah, YouTube crew, get it up there. Twitch gang, if there's any mods out there, then feel free to get the questions sorted. You know, it was always dreamland if we got, you know, obviously, Arsenal fans, I think we're neglecting the fact that we obviously brought, 1 second. Let me make a timestamp. Again, we need to be on job as it's quite late. Obviously, we're neglecting the fact that Gabriel Jesus, while it isn't official, it appears paperwork is done and he's our man. We're forgetting that we've got an exciting striker in his own right. I know there's the critics saying, "Oh, hasn't got more than 15 league goals." Again, he was a backup striker to really no backup player, but we're hoping he'll be a good player and show what he can do. I feel given a platform to score goals. So I think in terms, if we can find any positivity, it would be because we haven't confirmed that, you know, we've confirmed the signing allegedly, quote unquote, for Gabriel Jesus. I know it's not officially official, but there's that. Raphinha would have been dreamland. I know, again, shout to all the Arsenal Photoshop dons because you lot have been making the content really easy. I know Arsenal fans been putting, Raphinha in Arsenal kits, and we've been saying some fans didn't even want him because we was getting thingy, where's Saka gonna play him? We was getting all of that talk. There was talk of Chelsea gonna play him wing back. He clearly don't care about playing wing back now, isn't it? This is the difference, respectfully, about getting Champions League football. It can do things for you. Let's be honest, I don't want to praise them Chelsea lot. I definitely don't, Stamford Bridge dance floor and all. But away from banter, we need to be honest with ourselves. They have won major trophies more recently than us. They can probably offer Raphinha more competitive wages. Thomas Tuchel's got way bigger clout in this game than Arteta. Arteta is still trying to prove himself, much like the players. They finished third in the Premier League. Again, we are going to circle back over the news, but we all need to remember when we read the Athletic article initially about our interests, and this was a decisive week, it literally said, Chelsea is his second choice after Barcelona. So we was hoping for a lot of variables to fall into place in that regards, people. A lot of us, myself included, we was all looking at Barcelona's situation. Is the younger end United? Is Dembele staying? Clearly, it looks like Dembele staying, and maybe that's why Chelsea said, you know what, let's go out there and get Raphinha. And to be fair with you, I think Chelsea got a long way to go before they catch Liverpool and City. But if they get Raheem Sterling with his pedigree and Raphinha and a couple of other signings, then Chelsea are moving mad, and their new owner is sending out a statement. There's even reports talking about Koulibaly and Skriniar and Deluded and all of these sort of things. So, we were pessimistic on our transfers anyways, as we would be as Arsenal fans. And then Raphinha links, Lisandro Martinez links, Gabriel Jesus moving over the lines, Telemans this, Fabian Ruiz that. It's like a drug, innit, people? You can't get enough. Not that, for you, big up you lot out there that doing such, but it's, you can't get enough of it, people. It's in euphoria. But for me anyways, and for a lot of you, Champions League football has cost us there. Yeah, Chelsea could still offer him all of this if Arsenal did crawl into fourth, as it would have been, but he might have just said, you know what, there's Brazilian things going on here. Crucially, again, not that I'm trying to run banter or mock the club. We need to be really realistic about where Arsenal Football Club at this moment in time currently is at, people, and we're not the most competitive team at this moment. So I'm just saying that not to boy us, but simply to say, we need to be open to, it would have been lovely to confirm the signing of Raphinha, and technically it's not over yet, but he could say no. We've been linked with a few wingers, and again, you see it in the title. I don't think we're getting Gnabry, but them rumours are going to go full circle. We were linked with Cody Gakpo, who looks to be going Leeds. I'm not going to lie. I do think if he gets a coach that can work with him, there's a player there. But after getting linked with Raphinha and fan-led links with Gnabry, football's another thing. But it'll be, as a fan, it would be quite the drop-off. And he does look a bit bugged. I'm not going to lie to you. He looks a bit Bandulu. It's not really Raphinha. So, we've got to go for other targets. Again, we've been linked with a lot of wingers, so we had to be braced on. We got Jesus and we didn't get Raphinha. Maybe there's other wingers out there. Obviously, in terms of players that are technically signed for Arsenal Football Club, never seen Marquinhos play 90 minutes in my life. Very doubtful as to if he's ready to do this thing tomorrow. But I guess he's getting pre-season. Have to see what he's on in that regards. Obviously, Reece Nelson Day's probably sadly a number at Arsenal, but there's that. And there's obviously Nicolas Pepe. He's obviously returned. Again, we knew how this script was going to roll, people. A lot of you knew in your hearts. I tried to tell you, lot. Not that I know any more than you, lot, but I tried to tell you, lot, this. I hope there's, in the dream world, there's a next twist to this, but you knew in your hearts we weren't getting Raphinha, you know. We was getting gassed and seeing articles and titles and things, but the fine print was they weren't getting Raphinha. Deco's a Chelsea lad as well when it comes to it, as well as a Barcelona pagan. You can't trust them, man. They're Brazilian and they're playing for Portugal. Their man are booked anyways, you know. So big up Edu and Arteta for trying the thing, but trying only goes so far. Listen, just get someone else in it, really, because whether you was bringing on another striker, regardless of if you got Gabriel Jesus and Eddie Nketiah's future, regardless of who's at the club, I'm not gonna lie, man. If you bring another winger, it could be lit. Now, obviously, for what it's worth, it would have been lit with Raphinha. Them 11 Premier League goals, the fact that he's 25, the Brazilian thing that we're doing, the state. Not that the Premier League's gonna go, oh, we're signing players, but the statement that would have given. I told you lot, man, the dream is free, the hustle is sold separately. You lot knew how the ending was happening, people. You know, you knew what you knew in your hearts, but I get it. And that's why big up you lot who are subscribed. But this is why this is what happens. Obviously, the pagan fans are celebrating like they won something and that and whatnot. I don't know what it is, but the agendas have to agenda. It is what it is, people. We just have to move on, and hopefully tomorrow morning, God knows what we're going to talk about. We might have to run the Raphinha to Chelsea title again. I'll be real with you, lot, YouTube and Twitch ones. We might have to relay a lot of what we're talking about, but I hope tomorrow we're linked with a next on you. Boy, there has to be something because we were never getting Gerard Bowen, but way before these Raphinha links. Shout out the Beautiful Game podcast for the work they do. But did they not initially break the news that we was trying to see what we could do for Gerard Bowen? So there has to be these punching above our weight, quote unquote, signings. There has to be realistic with you finishing Europa League wingers we can go for. Raphinha, big up yourself. You know, December 2022. I'm not going to talk too much, but 6-time champions in that. But you, my friend, are getting agendas. You know, you play for the pagans now. The minute you kick a ball for Chelsea, boy, I'm on to you. There's got to be a reason Barcelona was where we're trying to spend 50 million on a 33-year-old Lewandowski and going after this guy and that guy. There's got to be a reason. Where we have to start agendas. Allegedly, Chelsea were onto him from January as well. For Chelsea, it's lit because there's Sterling there now. Surely there's Raphinha there now. There's probably a centre mid, probably landing a centre half. Don't know what sort of level, but you'd imagine Chelsea are going to bring a centre half. Whether these signings bang or not, their owner, apologies, is, you know, probably trying to give a statement to the fans. Probably going to let them know, yo, it's not an Abramovich thing. I'm going to do it my way. We're going to splash cash. And for me, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be a bit gassed as well, because when you look at the fine print, it seems like this Todd Burhi brother is taking a really, you know, how can you put it? Like he's really taking he's taking it by the lead. He's really getting involved in it. In fact, I'm looking for hands-on. He's getting very hands-on with the transfers and that. So it is what it is, you know. Again, Chelsea get their Brazilian done in Raphinha. Looks like Spurs are getting the shittest one of the lot. Pardon my French, in Richarlison. The agendas have to agenda, man. He's booked. And obviously we got Gabriel Jesus. So it is a bit of pill to swallow. Pause. I would say for me as well, just because again, apparently there's rumours United are on paying Ajax £5 million more for Martinez. This Raphinha thing didn't obviously bang. Don't know what we're gonna do past this. Hopefully there's a plan. Obviously the Telemans thing, will it happen? Won't it happen? Will it happen at the end of the window? All of these sort of things. Centre mid is the one for me. Obviously we still need to talk about outgoings, and obviously you're hoping where Saka, Saliba, and Martinelli are concerned, new deals are given. Smash the like button, people. And again, that's my sort of immediate talking points. You know, my thoughts off my chest in relation to this. But yeah, man, you knew this Raphinha thing wasn't happening, man. It is what it is. Agendas have to agenda. Shout out G1, man. I respect it, man. The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. DG 2022. Again, we can dream. We can arouse our imaginations. As I always tell you, lot, man, we talk about these things for a little hour or so. But beyond that, people holding shirts, people flying in for medicals, and these things are another thing. And even the medical thing, ask them lot down the lane. You know, William had the medical there and he bust out. So you can't even trust that. It's not over to the fat lady sings, and these players are lying how they, you know, they used to, you know, be an Arsenal fan watching up. And I'm on to Raphinha because The man was doing all a few months ago. Oh, I used to watch Henry growing up, and I told you, look, that doesn't mean he's on signing for Arsenal. That means a man watched their man growing up. It's not impersonal, it's just business. On paper, Chelsea are putting down the money. They're doing better things than us. Maybe we dilly-dallied, maybe we didn't. It is what it is, man. You know, it's a bit sad because, you know, we weren't expecting Raphinha anyways, gas up the fans, and then, you know, we're making streams at, what time is this? 1:45 UK time. Banter aside, appreciative to you. Look, DG, this saga came like Braveheart. You know the ending of the movie, but you hope you can change the ending. Let's hope we get the Sporting Don Pedro Gonçalves. What I will say is, boy, you know, someone's got to have gave some sort of scouting report, not just to Arsenal, but everyone when Raphinha was at Rennes and he was at Sporting Lisbon. Find these dons before it gets into it. Shout out to Leeds. They got the bag. You know, Chelsea are saying they'll give you the peas. Raphinha rides off with Chelsea to the sunset, doing what they're doing. Leeds get their peas. They keep it moving. They buy who they're buying. You know, allegedly way before Chelsea linked, Raphinha had an agreement with Barcelona from February. So again, if we common fans are hearing of this, then the club have to know, and they've probably got the next on they're buying. And do fair enough. It is, as I said, some of you fans knew damn well, some of you, you know, and you lot should look in the mirror and be ashamed. You knew damn well how this, without me saying anything, you knew how this was going to end. I get it. We got a dream. And where Arsenal have been moving mad, they allow us to dream. But just like top four, when we wake up and smell the coffee, it gets collapsed tonight. You know, we just know when it gets to the crunch time, we know what's going to happen. But it is what it is, man. You know, one day we talk about tomorrow. And the Arsenal, you did this with. Obviously, I tried to warn you lot with Vlahovic, but the Vlahovic one was a saga. This Raphinha thing was a saga. You know, there's been a couple of these sort of sagas that have ended like this, but it is what it is, man. I was watching Love Island right now, but I had to jump on the stream to banter Arsenal. Raphinha didn't want to retire from winning trophies. To be fair, you can banter Arsenal about a lot, but we're not Spurs. We got trophies. Allow us a bit. Come on now. Shout Sofa United fan. I know you are. You know, come on. You got to show a Wrongins clip. We got to go for major things at Wrongins. And what I will say, cheeky plug, obviously, you don't even have to be from North, but follow Wrongins on Twitter and Instagram and them things there and come play for the team, man. Rebuild settings. Obviously, I'm like Mesut Ozil for them, man. I'm just... You know, I'm good for 4 games. Come on, man. Fair enough. We move on to another target. Chelsea are finished, though. Roman Abramovich is gone. I'll be real. If Chelsea are finished right now without predicting the future, then I want some of that. Because if you're getting finished, is bringing pauses, bringing them Brazilian dons who are undoing skillers. You know, look at what they're doing, isn't it, people? And it is where it is, man. But we move, man. I got to see some Gnabry links. I know how that one will end, but Arsenal, please, man. Like, I just want shiny new toys at the Emirates, man. Raphinha would have been lit, man. Beer skillers, but, you know, I'm going to have to overcompensate on Gabriel Jesus. And you have to big up Chelsea. Shy Havertz, Raphinha, Sterling. Bear man are getting agendaed. Raphinha, there's got to be a reason Barcelona went on to you. Havertz is a Champions League winner, fair enough, but what position is he? Raheem Sterling, it's an easy one. It's T-Rex settings. Kind of vexed about Sterling. Why is everyone joining the boy? You lot are gonna when things are going wrong around them sides, you know what's gonna, you know who's gonna get blamed first. Certain man that are getting pushed off the trains, and that Chelsea fans, it's an easy point, isn't it? You know, you can't blame me today. You lot having the last laugh. Raphinha would have been a quality addition, but if I had the choice of spending 50, 60 million on a player, it'd be centre mid. But what centre mids? And as I said, for me, it costs us Champions League because I still think even if we got Champions League and what we obviously saw in hindsight transpired in that Barcelona for one reason or another can't afford Raphinha, I still personally, and we got Champions League, as I said, I still reckon he signs for Chelsea. But if Arteta did convince him to play for us and all of these sort of things and the encouragement Arsenal may or not got to pursue it to this level, maybe he would have said, you know what, maybe I'll pick Arsenal. But it's nothing personal, it's just business, really. And unless you're a young player sort of thing, you're not really gonna, there's no real reason to pick Arsenal Football Club. He's 25 years of age, you know. Probably he wants to win major trophies and do all of them things. And Chelsea have done that more recently than us, so we have to just hold that one and keep it moving, man. But it's not crucially, it's not over. But yeah, man, who knows what's gonna happen in that regards. Some Arsenal fans are going to do this. Oh, I didn't want him anyways. I want to invest in other areas and all of this sort of thought, which could be true, but you know in your heart that two truths can live in the same realm. So yeah, man, 102 more likes and we doing the transfer news. But what you lot saying, man, more than anything, I appreciate you lot that are tuned in, especially because of the time, and God knows what time it is elsewhere. But I can't lie, man. As I said, we spoke about Raphinha just now. It's really you lot who make the stream and your talking points in general. Pie hard, try hard. What a name, man. You kill me every time with that. But I appreciate that. G1, please don't get me started. Don't get me started on that tried hype, man. Arsenal get battered everywhere they go. Ilias, you know what? It's late. I'm just gonna be a nice person, but you see your display picture. I know in your heart you look at that your own picture and you think you're a dud. So I'm gonna allow you, man. Don't spam though. You're ruining it for people. You're behaving rubbed, man. Come on now, man. The Virgin Army are out here. Big up DG. I can't lie. I'm gassed you're here right now. My friends don't understand football is a squad game. It is what it is, man. DG warned us from a mile away. DG was prepared. It's not just me. Some of you lot were here, man. Nothing is done. Wait for a response from Arsenal. I hope so, bro. I hope there's a next twist and turn and Leeds are just trying to bandulu us and whatnot. Who wouldn't? But we need to face reality. Obviously, I hope that happens. Reality is now he's not signing for us. We had to be prepared for this eventuality, whether Chelsea came in or not. Keep it moving. Who is the next target? Can you punch above your weight and get some household names? International footballers and exciting prospects. If not, can you get some players similar to the system we've got displayed at this moment, where players are going to grow? Because at the first, really, we was linked with Noah Lang and Gakpo and all of these guys that kind of tied, a bit rubbed, but kind of guys that were tied into what we're allegedly trying to do. Shout out the Twitch gang as well, because you lot are out there in your numbers. So again, you just have to move on. You need to have several plans, and I'll give the club that. You know, you might just do. Mr. Diaby would be a good plan B. It's rather just, you know what, I hear that, but yeah, man. You're right, DG. I think Raphinha links were a ploy to force Pepe to move on. There could be that, but I don't think so. Gnabry for 40 million, if it could be done, do it, innit? You can't blame him. Exactly. Players want to play at the highest level. We have been linked with Marcus Asensio, to be honest with you, as in typical aspects. And considering the fact that he can play out wide, he obviously is Spanish. You know, I'm not going to say it ties in per se with what we're trying to do, but players that have kind of got quote unquote potential that needs unlocking, and for one reason or another, like in Odegaard's case, and Jesus just has been signed, it hasn't happened. Essentially, kind of falls into that. Whether the wage he's looking to seek, which again, just looking at Real Madrid links, it seems like he wants an important contract at this stage in his career, as well as wanting to play. There has to be plan B, really. I can't lie, I've never got attached to him, but every time we miss out on targets, fans start lying, saying he ain't a good player and try to spin it as a positive. Reports are PSV want Leno, so swap and cash for Gakpo if possible. I mean, I'm sure Gakpo's a good player and he'll be lit, and I'm sure if a coach really works with him, he could be a player, but it's a difficult one because we can't really get them. But where I would have liked Raphinha is Saka plays every week for me, but he evidently raises the options we've got. He evidently would have risen the squad. Gakpo, I'm sure in a year we'll look back and I'll think, DG, what are you talking about? But I can't say you're gonna raise the squad right now and do all of that. It would have been that, and in his own way, I know Jesus, the cloud around Jesus, if he was to say that, would be goals, but I think Jesus does that. You know, I think he does raise. I think Raphinha would have been so. If it can be done, I kind of want us to shell out for them sort of fees for them sort of players, if I'm honest with you. But it is what it is, man. It looks at, bro, if Lisandro doesn't sign for the club, as I said, by all means, go over other things. I mean, DG was sending for De Jong before the deal even got agreed. Us United fans felt attacked. I hear that. I was sending for De Jong. It's the agendas, man. Agendas have to agenda. It's not personal. It's just business. It's nothing with De Jong. It's just fans like yourself. Big up DG. No matter what time of day it is, you know I got to tune in. 6:40 here in the US. This is the place to be for top quality football content. Appreciate that. And shout out C as well, who says she loves, or better yet, likes, I think specifically says the evening streams. It's evening for you, lot. Buendia didn't bang, but we got Odegaard instead, so maybe it's a good thing. I think Raphinha will bang for them. I think Raphinha will cook and Chelsea will do their thing, but that's the end of Arsenal and him. Something might happen. There could be a late twist and turn. Who knows? But it is what it is. And you could imagine tomorrow we're going to wake up. Dembele looks to stay at Barcelona, but it's easy for journalists to link us with him. The Gnabry one sells itself because fans are desperate, and definitely with what we've just found out or emerging reports, they're going to be even more desperate. The Gakpo ones are going to get spun again, and it is what it is. Feel like we should go for Zaha. I mean, I'm having Zaha every day of the week at our club, but See, the meltdown thing is dead, isn't it? Yeah, man said, boy, he sat the runner, now he's hands on. Trust, hope he don't get bagged. Aye, even the Anthony links, yeah, boy, even that. Bring that again. Bring that again. But yeah, I don't think we're in for Anthony, and I don't think he picks us over United because obviously the Ten Hag link. But yeah, man, it's nice to see Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, United fans, even Spurs fans. Everyone's optimistic about the transfer window. The agendas are going to have to agenda. I wouldn't even. I was trying to think today, even though the market's just open, what's the best transfer of the market already? I don't really know, really. You know, you could say Haaland, easy cop out. You might say Darwin Núñez because of that excitement. I think Tchouaméni is a really good player for Real Madrid. I wouldn't say Gabriel Jesus, but I'm happy with that. I think Sterling / Raphinha, assuming both of those happen for Chelsea's up there. I think Bissouma to Spurs is a good one, obviously. I think on the topic of United, you know, I think Eriksen's a really good signing for them. And obviously De Jong goes without saying. And Malanza as well. And if I was a United fan, I'd be more gassed about things like that, to be honest with you, because obviously De Jong's an exciting one. But for me, you want to always see a manager's kind of DNA. And not that Malanza is an unknown. He's played in the European final, lost against Roma. But I would say them sort of guys that are not necessarily fans aren't going to go, they're the guys that make the difference and tie into stuff, not necessarily the sexy signings. If we do miss out on Martinez, it's Hickey all the way. And I mean, these are the things that happen in the market, you know, even talking about Telemans. It seems like no one's onto him. As I said in a few streams before, what if some other teams that are in for other midfielders, that doesn't happen and they take Telemans or they take him as well? We'll have to see, man. I never said you're dreaming. Exactly. And he's catting for United. But getting there, man. Just touchdown is the late night streamer regular. I wouldn't say that. I don't know what Friday is. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired, bro. Working. I don't know. I shout out to you. I would love to do that if it, whatever that, hopefully it's something positive. I don't know, bro. In fact, I don't know. Don't worry, DG, though. This happened to us with Núñez. It is where it is, man. Lack of Champions League hasn't cost us, DG. Chelsea put up more money. I never said that wasn't the case, but they put up more money. If we got Champions League football, maybe we could have been in a situation where we could have put even more money than Raphinha's quote unquote worth. On just on the topic of having a level playing field, as I said earlier, even if we got Champions League football and whatever happened with Chelsea season happened, I think he picks them. But you have a stronger case to Raphinha. Whatever Arsenal sold to him before Chelsea circled the block again, and obviously Bandulu does. You know, the Champions League would have been an extra carrot. Maybe he would have put internal pressure on it as well. So I do think it's in part played a somewhat role in costing us. Obviously, directly, Chelsea put up more money. And again, Chelsea were his second choice if Barcelona didn't happen. Literally the very first article on The Athletic said such. But yeah, man, again, you lot are smart enough. That's why you're tuned in and appreciative to you lot. You lot can work that out, isn't it, really? I wouldn't even say it's not. I don't even think it's not a penny pinching thing for Arsenal. I don't think it's a that thing. It's Chelsea are doing better things. Man, still screaming the João Felix out. I mean, Raphinha's one couldn't go over the radar really, and you know maybe even again you have to play devil's advocate and kind of indirectly question how close were Arsenal indirectly. You know, did Leeds kind of leverage this interest to force the ball out with Chelsea a bit more? I don't know, but. End of the day, it looks like he's set to go to Chelsea. Again, it's not over to the fat lady sings, but the vocals are there. They did it. We still need a striker. We just got Jesus, but all right. And Raphinha is not coming. So question DG, we replace Aubameyang and Lacazette with Jesus and Eddie. Do you believe we are stronger going into this season than we were last season? No, because I know Aubameyang's form was on the floor, but, you know, you kind of had the hope them time there, putting myself back that Aubameyang could do the job. Lacazette is a good player, but, you know, in terms of goals, there's not really anything in the Premier League season between Jesus and Lacazette, so that's almost direct. It becomes a wide option because whether I believe Eddie Nketiah is good enough if something happens to Jesus to lead the line is another thing, but we all have to probably accept that, or, well, Jesus is signed for the club allegedly, and Eddie Nketiah's second choice at this moment in time. You kind of would have loved to have seen a wide man come into this and add more goals. And it would have been nice knowing Raphinha had 11 goals to his name at Leeds. Obviously, at Chelsea, you probably score a lot more because they're a better team, better creators, on the front foot a bit more, yada, yada, yada. That sort of logic is why he would have probably been better at Arsenal. 11 Premier League goals to go with what Smith Rowe and Saka achieved last season. You hope they can do that. You obviously hope, I think Martin Odegaard got 6. Martin Odegaard got 7 Premier League goals. I might stand corrected. And I think Martinelli got 6. You hope they could do that. Fabio Vieira, depending on how much football, he seems like a player that is in the final third. So if you're a player that mix and matches in the final third, goals and assists have kind of ruined the game. They're not what is everything, but you kind of hope they get that. And Raphinha could have added to that. As Mikel Arteta said, we're trying to get 90 to 100 goals. And, I hope Jesus could do something and score a large portion of those, but probably naive to imagine that. The same with Eddie Nketiah, and actually we're still betting on the potential of Saka and Smith Rowe to have another season where they're dropping double figures. As I keep saying, they're not goal scorers. They're learning to score. They've got one, for all their ability, they've got one season on that. If you don't score goals, you're not necessarily going to win games. And I know we finished 5th for clean sheets, but let's be real, we're not the best of sides defensively. We don't, almost unheard of, but creativity is a void that hasn't been addressed beyond the players that have been recruited. And, it's a bit mad, really, at 27 years of age for me to be sat here and saying Arsenal don't look like a team that can score goals necessarily. And also, as much as it's about signing players, it's about coaching, really and truly. So, yeah, shout out to Raphinha. Tommy Tuchel could make you learn a lot. You're playing in the Champions League, obviously. A team that came third. He's fighting for his place to go off to the World Cup in the winter. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. I can't lie. Shout out to you lot, man, because it's stupid o'clock where the United Kingdom's concerned. Wherever you lot are, I appreciate it, man. I really do. Without you lot, the platform is nothing. So, we got you lot, man. 145 likes again. What else you lot saying? What's your opinion on getting Lamar? Allow me, man. DG, you can't just say find these guys early because if we buy them before, people say Arsenal don't want to shell out. John, I can only speak for myself, and I advocate on my channel a lot of finding these guys early. This is come on now. Again, I don't know when you tuned into me, but I think respectfully, I think my reputation and the sort of opinions I have and how I approach football speaks for itself. I'm my own man. I only speak for myself. I always tell you, look, I'm not telling you what to think. I myself would be happy with these guys. Everybody has to become 30 half the time. Half of these players we waffle about 12 months ago, people weren't screaming about these things. So you can, that's why the vast majority of people are not picking players for football clubs. If Arsenal fans had their luck, we would have signed Isaac for about 70, 80 million in the January transfer market. So again, you are right. Arsenal and a lot of clubs can't win. You either overspend or you're not ambitious enough. But I think I speak for most common rational football fans when I just say what I've just said. So regardless of what the masses or whatever dons are in your immediate settings are saying, I don't know. So I'm pretty sure within reason and respectfully, my guy, I could say what the hell I said and I could double back on that and say find these guys before you get them. Because also, if we did sign Raphinha, for example, broski, we got to remember his dream was Barcelona. Hopefully in an ideal world, Arsenal become a top 4 club provided he sign and do bigger and better things. But if Barcelona get where they used to be, it's Barcelona. There's resale value, a bit like it's completely different. In fact, there's parallels. Eden Hazard was a player everybody was looking at. Ironically, them times there, Chelsea being in the Champions League got themselves that player. They all knew his dream eventually was to play for Real Madrid, and it happened. They made top whack for him. We could have been able to do that. That's a reality where Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and the rest of them are concerned, really. That is something we need to do. You look at Liverpool and what selling Coutinho, quote unquote, did or didn't do for them. And I'm pretty sure there's many other examples. Arsene Wenger always used to sell dons and then replace them really and truly. So I can't speak for the masses, but I can speak for my damn self. And that is what I'm saying. And as I said, Deco played for Chelsea. So yeah, man, is what it is. I mean, I don't think we're Arsenal because I don't think personal terms were an issue. I would have thought I actually feel Arsenal would have got somewhere in terms of agreeing a deal in terms of what Leeds wanted. Clearly, whether Deco's played us or not, if we just look at it at face value, you must have been given positive, big up to G1, but as he would say, positive signals, hype. We tried hype. There's got to have been various signals from the player and the agent of him wanting to obviously play for the football club. So I actually don't doubt it, Arsenal. And not that I know anything, as I said, I'm just a fan here talking with you lot. But I think Arsenal eventually would have done the Arsenal thing and got over the line. But when teams like Chelsea come in, and it is what it is, you know, Barcelona are a bigger household name than us. Typically, they're doing bigger and better things. You know, as much as it kills me every time to say it, but Chelsea are doing the same. This is the way the world works. You have to play your position and, most importantly, be reactive. So I hope we can start getting linked with, even though I don't think we'll sign him, but Brazilian bias, Anthony, you know, obviously with his ex-Arsenal ties in Gnabry and all them other dons, really and truly, that we could have been linked with. I mean, Karim Adeyemi can play out wide as well as up front, and he went to Dortmund. I mean, that would have been that. But let's see, we get linked with tomorrow, innit? Crucially, we just need another plan and being able to react in another way. It's what it is. Don't matter what he's worth. If Chelsea or if Arsenal sign him and he does the business, then it don't really matter. Gnabry wants 300k a week. Is he willing to take a pay cut? Listen, I don't know about the thingy, man. As I said, I don't think we'll sign Gnabry. I don't think it'd be wise to give him 300k. But yeah, man, just do what you're doing. I don't know for the personal terms business, man. You'd have to speak to people who know what they're talking about in that regards, man. Gnabry would break the wage structure, which we only have just managed to stabilize. To play devil's advocate to a degree, don't you need to do that for certain players, really? But I hear you. What about Tossart, Bowen, Harvey Barnes, a Saka backup? I mean, Tossart's not bad. Harvey Barnes works hard in that. Bowen is calm in that. I'm being a bit snooty, but ask me in the morning, man. It's too late for them, man. I was small, mate. Shout out G1, man. You know, every dog has their day, man. Man said, raw. So what? Ketty or Jesus and Saka on the wings. Don't do that, man. They try to do the free Brazilian dancing man thing with Martin. I can't allow seeing that. I know you're talking about the one where the Brazil kit is forming into the Arsenal kit. I hope they don't put this little segment of the summer on thingy, man, on what's it called, man, on season 2 or whatever of All or Nothing. 168 likes. We're getting towards 200. Close. He was talking about Saint Maximin. Exactly. But if you want to do what they're doing, then naturally you need to follow people, innit? If you whatever field you lot are in, I'm pretty sure you've got positive examples of people you want to be like or things you'd want to accomplish. You know, if we want to get to what City, Liverpool, and Chelsea have done recent years, then obviously we have to do it our own way. But you just need to look at what they did, how they done it, what tools they had available. If you want to be a team that wins the league, definitely in today's day and age, you need a striker that's going to get you an X amount of goals. You need to get X amount of clean sheets. You need to have X amount of resilience, you know. Again, Arteta speaks about 90 to 100 goals. So not just in terms of recruitment, I'll be looking at what we're doing in terms of the training ground, because signing players is one thing, you know. You've got to know how you're using them. I don't even think we can't avoid them. I just think Chelsea have come in with more intent, open to agreeing what Leeds want a bit quicker, paying things up front a lot quicker, getting the business done. Bish, bash, bosh. Chelsea are focusing on whatever they're focusing on, really and truly. Well, Chelsea's blue just because you signed some Brazilian done from a team that narrowly just avoided relegation. Anyone's going to look good playing for Leeds, man. Flipping Daniel James does. We saying getting them agendas rated ready already. You know the game's the game. The game's the game. I hope the demons that plagued Lukaku at Stamford Bridge come back for you, man. Top Blues in the building as well. We have a better project under Eddie Howe than Arteta. Shout out to you, Tony, man. Big up you lot, man. Who are you? Brazil Chile, take that. Do your Brazil. Bro, it's still Brazil Chile. There's still Gabriel Martinelli. There's still Jesus. There's still there, man. So what are you talking about? Brazil Chile is still there. It's still there. One guy just turned pagan, doing Rico and that. Pagan youth, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Get backs. It's get backs. It's get backs. Come on, run your batch. You know I'm never hiding. I'm always front lining, man. Come on now, man. Come on now, man. Come on. Samba on the wings, crazy. I mean, shout out to you, Chris, but allow me, bro. Allow me, bro. I don't know about that up the Chelsea shit, man. Man said Eddie Howe, you know. Shout out to Newcastle. You got big bad owners, and I wouldn't be surprised, but you know, certain man are getting big youngsters like Hugo Ekitike saying no at this moment in time. So you don't need to pattern off what you're patterning off. Go through your Mark Hughes era first. Get your Pellegrini, then get your Pep. then talk on us. I have no doubt you lot are gonna be on serious smoke, but you man tried to get Darwin Núñez. Chelsea are getting Raphinha. You can't really banter us because you man even had dared to be linked with him. You see, Arsenal, pattern up, please, because that's one thing I'm annoyed about. Brighton, Villa, respectfully to these clubs catching strays. Newcastle, you big up Newcastle, but they're talking about us. You never did it. By all means, you know, Spurs, I'll take it from Chelsea fans. I'll take it from Liverpool fans. United are has-beens, but I'll take it from them. If you never did drillings, I'd rather be a has-been than someone that never did it. Allow it. Banter us, but allow it. Allow it, man. It's too late for your nonsense, Tony, man. Shout out to you lot for getting Bruno Guimaraes and that, and he's getting the bag, but pattern off what you're patterning off, man. Look at me. I'm rubbing myself out, man. Pause. Man said you're in the mud, trust the process. We didn't try to get Núñez, bro. It's documented you did, bro. But shout out to you, Tony, man. Of course, Newcastle didn't try to get anyone. North London's red till they're dead, man. Crazy, man. Charles, who's got the fail cops for Raphinha, man? There must be bare fake skillers. Why are Arsenal putting so much emphasis on bringing in forward players? Because we're not scoring enough goals, man. I know we need stability in the middle, and some would argue defense could need chopping and changing, but that's a strong term. But you get the point. Dan James is underrated. Fair enough. I bet Sam makes him St. Maximus for the streets, but allow me, man. Trust, you can't sign them Bandulu Duns. Allow me, man. Like, man, you lot all patting off your things. No, they'll pat, bro. Don't get it twisted. Newcastle will have their day, but right now it's not long. Of course, we'll put up the bees, bro. There's always a reason, mate. I don't know what that is. Chris, allow me, bro. Please, Chris, man. Laugh and joke, but you're running too much, man. So allow me, man. Chris, allow me. It's late, man. You should be not lotioning. You should be doing up FaceTime with a beanie, with a bonnet and that. You know, I might get myself in trouble, but that's what I'd be trying to do right now. Lotioning, selling sweet dreams. You think I want to be here with you, man? You know, really and truly. Big up you lot, but you think I want to be here? Come on now. Allow me, man. Have a laugh for the joke and by all means, revel in Arsenal's failure to get this player. And I know Arsenal fans are special in their own sort of way with their photoshops, with their comps, with the nonsense. But allow me, bro. Please, man. Please, man. Just allow me, cuz. There's a laugh and a joke, but come on, man. When the joke's done and whatnot, you're gonna look in the mirror and what I'm saying, my words are gonna hit home. And you're gonna think about this. I know you are, you know. Allow me, bro. Please, man. It's late, man. Shout out to everyone, but come on, man. You're better than that, man. I know you're better than that. I'm not even trying to boy you. I want better for my people. You know, I don't even know you, man. I want better for my people, man. You're better than that, broski. You're better than that. Stay away from our. Can't lie, I'm desperate for a new signing, Sadie. You know me, I'm not prepared to give up on the hour stuff yet, mate. Don't believe even mad. Just for that, Hudson a day. Say nothing. I'm never gonna talk on that yet for time. Shout the Ghanaians locked in as well. Appreciative to that, man. Will we sign Jenkinson? I hope not. Unless he's gonna sell programs and that and be a tour guide. I don't know for any of that. Bro, Newcastle just need to play FIFA right now and sign everyone. Boy, I don't know, man playing for Sporting and Rennes and Leeds and that. I don't know, boy. I hope he don't shine, man. No, I'm joking, man. Bro, whether he's using Chelsea as a stepping stone, bro, like that's cool. They can achieve things with the guy and keep it moving. We can be used as that when it comes to it. Play, you know. If you didn't grow up in Finsbury Park, you don't really care about that. Like, let's be honest. Legends of this football club, you know, it's too late to name names, but they wanted to bust out all the time. Wayne Rooney tried to bust out at United. Lampard tried to bust out at Chelsea. Gerrard, as much as he's a Liverpool man, he tried to cut out enough times before the drillers said if you leave Liverpool, it's long. Crazy. 1-2. I like Kakare a lot.